So this is a Swift Utopia 470, just going to take you through the operation of the caravan. This caravan is fairly easy to use, so for a first time caravan, absolutely brilliant. What we've got above the door is we've got a main power switch, so if you're connected to the mains power, you've got your main power on and off, and also if you're going to run off the 12 volt battery, you'd need to turn that on. Next switch along is the interior lights on this particular caravan. You've then got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a second, and then you've got your battery voltmeter check on the end here. As you can see, the line goes across and it tells you the power level in the battery. So to fill the water system, you'll first come underneath the seat at the front of the caravan. And down in the corner, just in front of the screen there, that yellow valve you see. In the position it's in now, that is the fill position, so you can fill the water system up on board the van. And when you lift it upright, so it's pointing straight down to the ground, that is the drain position, so you drain all of the water out of the caravan if it was down, or pointing upwards, sorry. And now to fill the water system, very simple to do. You come over to the taps on the caravan. You open up on the hot side, and as you can see, a little bit of water come out there. But so you open up the taps on the hot side, and the system will start filling once you've got the water pump on. So the pump's on, so turn the pump on, open all the taps up on the hot side. That includes the one in the shower and the bathroom. As you can see, them two taps as well, you'd open up. Then you turn on the water pump, and with the aqua roll connected on the outside, the water system will start filling up. Once it's full, you can warm the water up. Now in this cupboard, I believe it is. Oh, hang on a moment. In this cupboard below, sorry, we have water heater. So we've got the fuses for the caravan, 12 volt fuses. We've got the switch to say whether you're running from the 12 volt system on the caravan, which is at the moment, or from the car if you flick it upwards. If it's in the centre, the power supply is off. The battery charger for the caravan is here at the bottom, as you can see. And the space heater main power switch, which we advise you leave these two on at all times. However, the switch here that you see, water heater above, when you flick that switch on, that will start warming the water on electric. Now it is a preset temperature on that, so it's around 35 to 40 degrees. However, if you wanted to warm the water on gas once the system was full, you can also do that. And just here by the door, you have this dial here. And if I turn this round to the gas symbol, as you can see, just there, that'll ignite the gas, the water heater on gas. At the moment it's failed to ignite. You may be able to see the red light in there, and the red light is a fail light. The green light is actually the pilot light for the gas system, but like I said, it self-ignites. Once it is ignited, you can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees. With the heating, fairly easy to use again. You've got 500, 1000 or 2000 watts down the side here. Now if you're on a site with 500 watts available at power, it will depend on what site you're on to what power supply or what power level you use, but 500 watts for instance, as you can see here, is what we're going to run on site here. And then to control the heater, between 1 and 9 on the electric side of the heating. If you want to use the heater on gas, now I know mine I have one, but it's like one of the old council house gas fires. You turn the dial round, push down the dial, and it will self-ignite. And when it does ignite, you'll get a pilot light in that window just down there at the front of the heater, and it'll be about a 45-degree angle that you'll see the pilot light at. I'm just going to turn that off for now, but once it has ignited, I would advise you hold down the gas valve for a few seconds longer once it has ignited, and then you can control the temperature on this with the chart around the edge between 1 and 10. If you want to use blown air heating, you can use that on gas or electric. The dot here in the centre is actually the heat coming out the front of the heater. However, if I flick it over onto the left hand side, that's the blown air system, so that puts the air out the vents around the caravan, as you can see. On the A, it's ambient, so it will cut in and out as it needs to with the temperature of the caravan, so basically the thermostat. And if you want to turn down the fan speed or turn the fan speed up a little bit like in your car, you've got a fan speed dial on top. With the fridge, again, the fridge is fairly self-explanatory. So with the fridge, if you want to run it on 240 mains, you can do that, and you can flick the dial round, and that is then 240 mains. When you're on the 240 supply, so if you've got a mains power supply coming to the van, you can control the temperature on this dial on the side. That is also the same dial that you'll control the temperature with on gas. On the dial on this side, you can flick it round to 12 volt, so when you're towing the caravan down the road, and that's when the switch in this cupboard comes into play, because you'd need to have it on caravan or van, as it says there, or car, sorry. You need to have it on the car side to be able to get the power to come through. But essentially, it would make the fridge a cool box, or as you're turning down the road, and at that point the dial here becomes redundant. If you're going to use the caravan on gas, or you want to ignite the fridge on gas, you'll turn the dial around to the gas or the flame symbol. You'll hold in the temperature valve, like a bit like you did with the heater, and then hit the igniter. Once the fridge ignites on gas, the little orange line there that you can see in that window will come around into the green, and if it stays in the green, the fridge is ignited on gas. If for any reason it drops down, we advise you go over to the cooker, get some gas up to the hob on top, so there's gas going all the way through the system, and then there should be gas to everything on board the van. If you want to turn the fridge off, you put it back to the top there, as you can see. In the bathroom, shower and sink, I'm sure most people can use a shower and sink tap on and off. For the toilet, you've got an electric flush on top. You've got a full light on the side here to tell you that the cassette is full underneath the van. And you also have on the front, or on the side, sorry, a waste flap there that you have to pull round the centre of the toilet to allow the waste flap in the centre to open up and the waste to go down inside of it. Take you around the outside of the van now and show you where everything is. So wheels, we always talk before we leave site, before you leave site, just to show you that they've been done correctly. On the front of this particular van, you have a storage locker, which is a wet locker, so you can store wet boots, etc. in there. And below that, you have your leg winder below, which I'll show you how they come down at the back of the van when we get around there. Barbecue gas point on the side of the van. Hitch and handbrake on the front. We go through that in person and we demonstrate how to hook it up to the car. In the front locker, gas bottle, as you can see, which I'm just going to turn off for now. So turn off the gas bottle on top, valve on top, and then you've got a reverse thread fitting here, so it's the opposite way to what you'd normally turn a thread to release it. On the side there, you've got the yellow tap that you've got on the side there is actually a gas shut-off valve. You can fit 2 bottles in the front of this van. Coming down the side, you've got your water pump connection. Now this is a trigger type, so on the back of the pump there's a blue trigger that you'll pull in and push into the side of the van, and then you've got an aqua roll. When your aqua rolls here, you'll be able to drop the pump into the aqua roll. At the bottom again, you've also got your wind down leg, as you'd expect. Here on the side of the van, you've got your gas flue for if you're running the caravan on gas, so that'll be the heating or hot water, so you'd need to remove the cover that goes onto there when in operation on gas. Side of the van, you've got your power lead coming in, so as you can see, that runs over to a power point on site here. And then you've got your battery box with quick release terminals, and the battery bracket at the bottom there just takes a flathead screwdriver to release. Fridge vents on the side of the van, as you can see, one will blow out a bit of warm air and one will take in some cool air. On the side of the van, you've got your waste, your grey water waste, and there'll be 2 grey pipes that you connect into there and put into your waste hog or waste master. Storage locker on the side of the van. At the back of the van, as you can see, the wind down leg on the back there, and there's also one on this side. We'll go through the lights in your car and make sure everything's working before you leave site. Down this side of the van, the last bit I'm going to show you on this particular van, this is the flush tank for the toilet, so 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom, when I put it open, you'll have the toilet cassette. To release it, you've got a little yellow handle at the bottom there. To empty the waste out, this neck turns round and you take the cap off here. However, before you use it, you need to put 1 litre of water in and a cap full of the blue fluid. So this is the Swift Utopia 470. If you've got any further questions on the van, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company. Thank you very much. Bye bye.